Gosh, I've been such a big fan of Mejicas for so many years because I was never disappointed coming to see the group, the annual shows, the spring shows. Your success just isn't by coincidence. You know, there's something happening at the root level that is enabling Mejicas to have this incredible turnout at your rehearsals and your classes.
The group was officially founded in, I believe, 1972. And I joined 1974. One of the services that we provide was to go back to our high schools or our local towns and perform in the elementary schools, perform at the high schools, and tell the students, hey, you all should apply to Santa Cruz, and there's a sense of Chicano community. And so by our performances, we would say, no, there's a community, you know, vamos a estar con ustedes, and, you know, be part of the family. And because we would go out and actually teach in Watsonville, second graders, Folklorico classes. Our idea was we want to serve the community. Oh, rallies, my God, when there were like farm workers rallies and, you know, whatever marches were happening on campus, ahí vamos, you know, when we were just everywhere.
So the reason why you don't do this here is just very fast. You're going to go. So you don't have time to be doing any jiggling. I mean, it's all during the So keep your body balanced.
Folklorico groups were being used for political purposes. So anytime there was any rally, anything like that, let's bring the Folklorico, you know, and they would perform then the political things. At that time, Vietnam was just wrapping up. The Brown Beret civil rights movement was basically at its peak. The Cesar Chavez movement was in full bloom, the boycott the grapes, all this kind of stuff.
Since I've been a member, we've participated in all kinds of performances in different environments. We've college nights, also things like Cinco de Mayo, which is a really big deal in the U.S. We've also done a lot of performances that span just being a performance. One of the things that I feel that I've had the very great privilege of being able to do is perform at Tracy Prison. It was very rewarding, and it's not only being noticed, but someone is actually very, very grateful that you're there. It's really big. So the spring show is our annual presentation of everything we've done throughout the year. This will probably be the 21st year that we've been doing it. It's always held at mainstage at Theater Arts, and it holds about between 200 and 300 people, and Saturday we tend to have a lot more family. That means that you have a lot of families driving up, and often the only time they see us perform. Our instructors, our guest instructors, and our maestros, and we also get alumni. We also invite administration. To my knowledge, I don't believe many of them have ever come out to see the show, which in my opinion is a big mistake. If they got to see what it is that we're working so hard for, they would have a greater appreciation for us and what it is that we do as an organization for this university.
The amount that they are charging for the use of the main stage has almost doubled in the case of several of the cultural programs that use the facility. To roll back a little bit, this happened around 2 years ago, which was kind of the beginning of all the budgetary cuts in the state of California, but also nationally. The production supervisor, who has historically worked on these programs, due to the budgetary cuts, he's at 50%. What they said is, what you're paying for with all these extra fees is to make him 100%. There probably would be a reaction by the students not being able to use that facility. This is how they fully celebrate their communities on our campus. And student leaders in Mejicas, in FSA, and ISO have been organizing together. They came up with the name Productions of Color. They've used all kinds of different methodologies, cultural mini-shows, some informative rallies. So
we ended up going into the Quarry Plaza and putting productions on with ISO and FSA, and people were able to see us and see what we were doing in our costumes. And then we marched all the way to Kerr. We did a snake march, and we ended up at Kerr, and people shared their personal experiences. People shared that like they never thought that their parents would come and watch this. You know, like this means a lot more.
When there's a time of budget cuts, how come diversity gets cut? Isn't it during those moments when budget cuts happen that we should strive to maintain diversity? Why can't we like uphold this? Why doesn't the university help create a space for this? Because the way that we view Mainstage, that was the best venue that we could showcase to this community of what we are about. We are here for higher education, and not just in the classroom, but within the community. Educate ourselves. Educate your story.
You take it in, breathe it, and just let it go. And it's the best thing. Just being on the stage, your friends, your family watching.
We shouldn't even have to pay for it in the first place, but we do. We have to fight for it because it's a space of retention.
Next quarter, we're going to start working for a long-term agreement. Whether we have a spring show next year, it's still up in the air.